Welcome back to Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. The titular Senua is either on a quest to rescue her dead lover's soul, or having a terrible psychotic break. My take is both. The game does not coddle you with tutorial prompts and button tips and things, so I'm going to find out what the controls actually are before continuing to play it. Okay, yes, I had the feeling they were fairly simple, I just didn't know what they were. I was on trial and error. So, focus, interact, run. I kind of figured those three out, but I didn't realize how general they were. B also seems to work as A for interact purposes. Fast strike, heavy strike, melee attack, and evade. Block. That's all there is to it. Okay. Hopefully, now that I know this, I'll be less in danger of the dark rot taking over all of Senua's body and, like, destroying her. We'll see. So here we are in Helheim. I believe that in order to pass through this door and face Hela, it is necessary to first defeat, or at least encounter, these two Norse gods, Surt and Valravn, god of fire and god of I don't know. Let's go with the one on the left. May or may not be.
Valravn, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains.
Hello?
Follow the path to Valravn and defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
Alright. Well, gotta open that gate. Delian's soul is not going to be in a great place. This actually seems like a fairly pleasant landscape. I'm not seeing ravens. Aren't they attracted to battlefields? I guess Valravn is one of those myth figures who got subsumed into Odin over time. Some kind of broken tower thing. Hey, what's this? Oh, hello.
Ymir was a frost giant, a being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his daughters and granddaughters, some were monstrous, but others fair. But there was another who came from the ice. Buri. In shape, he was like a man, big and powerful. His son, Bor, took a fair giant to be his wife, and they had 3 sons. Odin was the eldest, and the Northmen hold him to be the foremost of the gods, the All-Father.
This is interesting. Random bit of mythology. I think I can see on that rock another one of those circle things that I focus on, but I'm not too sure. It seems I can't get to it, so perhaps I'm wrong about this one. Maybe it's just a patch of stone. Discoloured, but not meaningful. Well, don't want to waste too much time on it. I wonder how hard it will be to convince this god of ravens and illusions to give me a mark to enter Helheim. I'm guessing very difficult. Nice wind chime. At least this place is not as creepy as the shores of Helheim were. It's low-key threatening, but not so creepy. Oh.
Illusion hides the path to Valravn. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
Is this perhaps not really a wall? Oh, I can't just walk through it. See the truth. I wonder... There's some interesting... So I'm now in tuned to environmental shapes, because that puzzle we did earlier. I wonder the positions of those sticks are suggestive. If I can get up there, which I can't figure out how to do. I reckon I want to get up there, because I think I could then look at the rune on the door at an angle which would make the shapes match up. I want to see what happens if I do that. Okay, go around here.
What's that? It's a door. No, it's
Can we just cut this?
push it, push it.
Ah.
Come on.
The voices. Sometimes they're not so bad, just kind of cheerleading unnecessarily. Alright, so there's the rune thing. Can I look at it through this hoop? This blood hoop, I'm gonna call it. Oh, hello. Alright.
Look, something's different.
That's what I want.
It's
funny. We all want to see behind the veil, don't we? Once we do,
Cool.
we mostly just close our eyes again and pretend what we saw was never really there.
Not sure I would want to see behind the veil like the storyteller voice is saying, if it contains the sorts of things Senua is experiencing.
Senua never could close her eyes, however hard she tried. Begged.
In ancient times, experiencing visions for any reason, whether that be because of a substance you ingested or due to mental problems, might be taken as a sign that you were like some sort of evil thing to be destroyed, or it might be taken to mean you're a shaman and have magic powers. Kind of a crapshoot. This door is in my way. Ah, it's not so bad.
This is the price she pays for seeing things differently. Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too.
Ah, the atmosphere of this game is well done. Unfortunately, that atmosphere... Oh shit, what is this? Oh, that's horrible. It's, apparently I'm in New Londo. A sacrifice? What is that? Let's not linger here. You can like hear Senua's breathing. She's not having fun. Ah. Well, now I know some of the controls.
Surprise him!
When I attack rapidly 4 times like that, it seems to be a sort of combo. I should try the other things. Y for heavy attack, B for melee attack. Oh. So if he's attacking fast and I do a heavy attack, it's not good for me. Oh. What are these things?
Finish this!
Another combo. Well, I say combo, but it's more like you do a certain number of strikes in a row. I guess that's what a combo is, basically. Oh, it's like a guard break thing. This is definitely going better now that I've got some idea of how to play. Oh.
Winning.
Because the game kind of doesn't do gamey things like user interface elements, I'm not particularly sure of how hurt I am or how close I am to failure and another level of rot.
Take him down!
Ah.
Take him down!
These voices, they're clearly part of Senua. they don't exactly. Sometimes they clearly take her side, and sometimes they're like things she doesn't want to think. But the provenance, at least, is clear. It's a fairly effective attack. If I do a couple of fast ones, which interrupts any attacks they might be doing, and I can do a couple of heavy attacks afterwards. Phew. No more rot this time.
The Northmen will not stop her.
Northmen?
She will find what she's looking for.
I wonder... Like, if we kind of accept that Helheim is a real thing and that the myths are in some sense true, that those things are monsters, but another way of looking at it would be that this is if Senua's perceptions of the world are just kind of really screwed up at this point. She could be fighting people. It's extremely unclear. Or not fighting anyone at all. Is the whole thing... I think I have to accept, for the sake of the premise of the game, that the whole thing is really happening on some level. Senua believes it to be happening. That's kind of what matters. I mean, you always suspend disbelief to play a video game, particularly one set in a non-realistic, non-modern setting. So another one of these things. If I focus on that, I wonder what focus does in combat. I should try that out.
Valravan's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens to break his magic seal.
Show me what you have seen, Truth.
Ravens?
Look how much it's changed.
Feathers? Hello? Hello? Align the ravens. Is this it? Not quite. I need to be up there. I won't get the right angle from down here. So how can I climb? Can I climb? There's an interact button, which works when there's e.g. ladders.
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
I understand that, yes. Still, Druth is being a lot more helpful than most of the Psychosis voices, so I shouldn't complain. Aha. There we go.
Something's shifted. Something's happened. Something's
Is there a quick way down?
shifted. Can you feel it?
Not really. I don't really want to take a risk on jumping off ledges and things. Things are fraught enough as they are without accidentally breaking your leg or something. This place, I wonder, it kind of comes off as some sort of ruined village or fortification, but there's all these dead bodies and monsters. It's somewhere between, oh, this could be a real kind of part of Norway or something, but with like a couple of hallucinatory misperceptions. But it could also just be, you know, the mythic realm of Helheim.
Do you feel it too? It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different.
The sky changes when we pass between
The
these
forest
areas.
itself is watching.
It's a large-looking area. Another one of those gateway things you can pass through to
Another gate.
reveal illusions.
Another gate.
I really feel like one of the voices in her head right now.
It's not
I'm actually saying the same kinds of things as them.
open. You can do it. Don't touch it. Step back.
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
Oh, it's right here this time. Or is it?
What does it mean? Line of the ravens.
Which ravens?
Where are they?
Can't you see them? She can't see them.
Look around.
Do I need to be on the other side of all that?
Ravens.
Likely so. Alright. I'll try and make my way over there and up onto that platform. Is that possible to reach? Should be, somehow. This sound continues to be extremely creepy.
If you hear the soul of Valravan, follow it, and it will lead you to him. But be aware of his illusions. You can't always trust your eyes.
I am focusing. The Song of Valravan.
The song.
Valravan.
Valravan's song.
So how do I get
Focus.
Yeah, so when I focus it kind of lets me hear the audio more clearly and pinpoint where it's coming from. It's a bit hard to explain how the game mechanic works, but it does work. But it's not yet clear what I can do about it. Something up there, I think, that's where I want to go. Can I get through here? No. Up here? No. I'm gonna search for a way around. That song is very compelling. Wait, what? Did I see the world differently? The gate. I feel like there wasn't a... I didn't track properly whether anything had changed when I saw through the gate. I need to go back up here. Get the focus thing again. Okay, this is what it has me focus on. Like, I'm kind of holding down the button here and it kind of zooms in on this tree. But is the tree really the thing, or is it eyes? There are eyes there. Why? What the hell is going on? I'm going to go back to looking for a way up or past. Though it's possible that the way I'm looking for is all bound up in these illusions. Oh. I really like that mumbling song thing. It reminds me of a kind of a meditative chant, like Om Mani Padme Om. More eyes in the trees. I'm just kind of searching the area to see if there's anything I've missed here. Nothing obvious. Oh, there is a tree thing I could probably get under. No, I can't. But I thought I could. Okay. Maybe that area is actually a red herring. So, I see the ravens I need to align, and I understand I'll be able to align them if I can get up there. And I have a suspicion that being able to get up there will be a result of seeing through an illusion that lets me see a bridge or something, because it's kind of, there's no obvious way up right now. But I'm being kind of confused by the fact that if I stand around here-ish on these stairs, then my focus is drawn to this specific area. Not sure what that means or how to take advantage of it. Hello? Oh. Oh! I think this path wasn't here before. I think I had to focus while passing through the gate. Is that what happened? I'm trying to figure it out so that I can do this again more easily in future. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Right. Literally a rite of some sort is taking place. But also right as in correct. Oh crap.
Silence me.
That doesn't look like a thing I like. Who was it that yelled challenge me? Was that...
Where did he go?
What?
Where is he?
It's just a thing of sticks now. The animating light has vanished. Is that because I'm seeing it through the gate? I don't know. It's pointing at the gate. Oh, I see, or don't see, walls. Well, I've already passed through it, so maybe I've already kind of defeated those walls. Those not clear. Many things are not clear in this land of illusion. Probably on purpose. Hey, I can probably go down this path. And... Why do they keep whispering Valravan? I gotta say, this game is not making me want to go on a mystic quest into hell myself. It's a fascinating experience in a fictional video game, but if I was offered the opportunity to save my lover's soul from the Norse hell, I'm not sure I would go through with it.
Fight me!
Right there. Oh, what? This thing. It won't fight, it keeps not being real anymore.
Wouldn't be the first time. Last winter, before the tragedy, she journeyed into the wilds of her native land.
A story.
Living off berries, roots, and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. We call such a person a Gelt. Some, like Truth, become Gelt in search of penance. Others, like Senua, to purge a curse. Those who make it back are forever changed.
This is the door I couldn't get through earlier. So the storyteller voice there just described a wandering trail thing Senua went on once to try and purge a curse. The curse of these voices she hears, maybe? Ah, it's the figure again. Is that Valravan or another of these monsters? Ah! More illusions. But this one shows me the stairs.
She can get up now. What's happening? She can get up now.
She can get up.
They sound so incredulous.
Valravan's tricking her. Valravan. How can she get up? Wait. It's him. Dark magic draws her closer.
It's not. He's helping her. It's not him.
It's a trick.
She's doing it on her own. He's not tricking her.
It's magic. It's an illusion.
If I was to classify this magic, I would call it dark, yeah. Alright. Get aligned. Okay. second gate. What lies beyond? I'm guessing trickeries and monsters. Like, just a hunch, based on what I've experienced so far in Valravan's realm. Are Valravan and Cert kind of allied with Hela? Do they live in Helheim, or are these kind of adjacent mythic entities? I don't know.
We picture fear, and we think of a shadow in the woods. Creature in the night.
That's a hell of a skull.
If only it were that simple. The worst kind comes without warning. A deep and primal signal from within.
Another one of these bits.
A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
Oh no. Ah.
She can't go in there. Valravan, he's there.
Is where? What? Senua is clearly just terrified a lot of the time.
Find a way somewhere. Go round.
Find your own path. There's a different.
At least she's got a cool sword. Some of this stuff is kind of empowering though, like you find your own path and like defeating the illusions for yourself. And then some of it is like the world is drained of colour and corpses are hung up with like a single brazier. Oh.
Stop there.
Oh. I tried to go for the...
It's
the
nearly
fourth hit
over.
there.
Finish it.
Oh no. Oh crap. Is this a failure? The rot. Oh no. I don't know.
She's injured. Gonna make it. He's hurt. There's blood. Ended it.
I hate this. I mean, I don't...
Behind you. Watch it.
I like... behind you. How did they know? Like, when I say hate, it's this game is deliberately not fun. I mean, it is fun in a way, like you're kind of using mechanical controls and stuff to fight enemies and like give them a challenge and so on. It's fun in that way. But it's also... it's not a power fantasy. They have very successfully created the sense that you're doing something you don't want to be doing and is extremely difficult and upsetting, and the stakes are high and you kind of feel like you have to be doing it, but you would, you know, no sane person would ever want to be here.
Go.
And it feels like the chances of failure are at every moment extremely high and would be extremely consequential. But at least I can see the sky again. Still a corpse hung up there. I can't do much about that. Okay. Must be a way onward. That's how quests work, right? There's always a way.
The Northmen say that Odin and his brothers killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his
Nice
flesh
mountain.
into earth, and his blood into the salt sea. They set his skull to be the bowl of the sky, with his brains
dead body.
for clouds.
Not really.
Odin and his brothers caught the sparks flying from Muspel and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants, they used Ymir's great curving eyebrows as walls.
Eyebrows? Okay. The focus of myths on, like, exaggerated body parts and everyday objects is quite funny from a modern perspective.
Do you know what it's like to leave everything behind? Your home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds, perhaps never to return.
No, I don't know
Senua
what
does.
it's like.
Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
Sounds like she has had some problems in life. Ravens to a lion, I think. So we're going to do another one of these. That's a really big gate and a very final looking citadel. Like, I would bet you that within that circular wall on top of that hill there is some kind of destination. Alright, let's try this. I should not have tried this. Okay. Not gonna be that easy.
Oh, Revan. Is it coming?
It's over
Where is
here.
he? It's over there.
It's over here.
He's there. It's over there. It's over there. No, it's here.
I can't
There's
hear
two.
the song.
Listen,
I'll find it.
listen. It's magic. It's magic. It's an illusion. She's been in the forest like this before.
This reminds her
Of somewhere.
the forest.
Where?
Which forest?
The forest in the wilds.
The wilds.
If you focus like this, you can hear
She went to
the
the wilds
voices
a long
very
time
clearly.
Why did she go to the wilds?
She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness.
Did she beat her darkness?
No. It nearly killed her, but she tried.
Druth. Druth helped her.
If it wasn't for Druth, she'd
She'd
be
be
dead.
dead.
She can't beat her own darkness. She wanted to marry Dillian.
She came to beat her own darkness and marry her Dillian. But it didn't work.
She thought her curse would affect him.
She thought her curse would spread to him.
She thought she'd bring the darkness to him too.
She nearly died.
She thought the curse made her tainted.
Druth helped her.
Druth seems to have been a nice guy. What am I seeing through here? What's different on the other side of this illusion gate? Something has changed, but I'm not sure what. The figure pointing the way tends to indicate that there's no bridge there. Oh, this one's not pointing. I'm not sure whether they're tricks or not, like whether the way they point is helpful or misleading. This hasn't helped. I think I have to look through this gate thing and see part of the world being different, but which part and how? So, is there a wall that's missing now? No. Is there a bridge that occurs? Yes, yes, I see it, the bridge. There it is. The themes of this game certainly come together into a package. Very quiet whisper there, she doesn't know where she's going. Alright, so I've reached this little bluff. But now what? Can I get to that ladder, perhaps? I'll just explore a little, see what I can reach now. But I feel like I've been here? No, I'm wrong. The area's just a little samey, so I couldn't easily tell where I had and hadn't been. There are way too many freaking ravens. I don't know what I expected entering the realm of the Raven God. I honestly didn't think there would be that many. Hello? Aha! This reveals which ravens are real? Or is that not it? Yeah, I can't see them all through here.
The ravens.
The ravens.
They've gone.
They've gone.
No.
Half of them have gone. They've gone.
Some are still there.
But where? Some are still there.
Val Raven's help.
He's not helping.
It's a trick.
Quiet. I can't think. Out
Did
in
I-
the wilds, in the cold winter woods,
Where have they gone?
she no longer felt fit for this world. She almost gave in to the darkness. She remembered Dillian's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on and kill that which had become a part of her.
Well, I've still got some ravens to deal with here, as well as some tragic backstory to continue revealing. I'll look for more hoop gates, see if I can dispel the rest of the illusions. Ah, that rotting hand. Unpleasant. Hello, a pointing hand, an antler-headed gate, and a bridge. I'm getting the hang of these illusion things. Well, Senua is. The flickering that is like constant when you have a rune kind of memorized is a real thing. By a real thing, I mean it changes the atmosphere of the scene once again. Stop mocking me, voices. In some ways, this is a particularly difficult game to commentate because a lot of the time, the emotion it engenders is of wanting to curl up and hide from what is going on. Thinking about it and like speculating and really engaging with what's going on is contraindicated. I don't remember this being here before. Unfortunately, all of the ravens still seem visible through this one. From that side, anyway. What about from this side? Yeah, they're still here. Does anything change? I don't know. I need to look more carefully through the gate and see if parts of the world are different. Yes, that wall, it's gone. So now I can return across the bridge. So in terms of gameplay, it seems like there's about 1/3 puzzles, 1/3 action, and 1/3, or perhaps more than a third, just psychological horror, basically. Shortcuts. That's just a way I can use to return to where I was more easily now. Little hole thing, or a stair thing. Let's try the terrifying cave. Actually, this one's not so terrifying. At least Senua was in good shape. Presumably, if the Norsemen are constantly raiding you or whatever was happening, that happens.
The Northmen say you must sacrifice in order to receive. They tell how the runes were revealed to Odin only in sacrifice. He hung himself from the world tree and he stabbed himself with a spear, and he dedicated a sacrifice to himself. For 9 nights he hung on the tree without food or drink, and at last he saw the runes below him. He gave a cry and gathered them in his mind and learnt them. Then he fell from the tree.
Of course, Odin was able to be alive after doing that somehow, which most people could not, so you're kind of cheating. Is that Valravan? I'm thinking that figure must be. It's floating this time. I suspect when I looked at the other side of the tree, he's not there anymore. How do I cross? Doesn't look safe. Oh shit. Oh. For a moment I thought it was an illusion, as in the lack of a passage was an illusion, but no, it was, really wasn't safe. I want to get over there, but I see another illusion hoop, which will surely give me, let me eliminate more ravens. But how do I get there? Is that a stair I see? Yes, it is. And can I reach it? From this perspective, I can see the way up might be through that little gap. Not that anything is really alright in a broader sense. I suppose these stones form a ramp? Or maybe there was a way up past here which I missed. Because I was thinking of this as some kind of diversion. Can I climb this extremely angled log? Doesn't seem like I can. Are you lost? Question the voices. Yes. Yes, I am. So, climbing up this thing only lets me know where I want to be. Perhaps I should head back out here and get other perspective on the situation. I want to be up there. Can I walk around the outside of this thing? Find a way up, maybe? That's probably a bad idea. Oh. I can't actually drop down there. Maybe it's really a bad idea. What the heck? These watching figures made of bone and sticks and skulls and raven feathers. I feel like they're taunting me. Could I align some of the ravens from up here, maybe? No, it doesn't look like it. There are a number of them, but that's not helpful. So I see the stairs there, but what I don't know is whether they're... how to get to the platform the stairs are shown on. I mean the stairs descend to. Or ascend from, depending on your point of view. If I was already higher up than I am, I could perhaps climb down to it. I certainly can't jump across this kind of gap. I wonder if focusing is going to reveal another song at some point. I haven't heard the song of Valravan, which pointed me the way to go in the last of these puzzle areas. Has not been in evidence this time. I don't understand those stairs, because there just didn't seem to be a way to that platform. Why is it that I can walk off here anyway? Oh, I know! There was a wall here. I understand. I get it. I can restore that part of the bastion wall by passing the gate. And then I can re-enter the bastion using the door I opened. Oh, that's clever. Sort of. It's actually... Now that I've thought of this, I'm just kind of kicking myself. Like, it seems so obvious that I can't believe I didn't understand it earlier. Right. If this is not the last of these puzzle areas, then I'll probably have to cut the video after this, because I need to spend quite a lot of time on each one in order to run around looking like an idiot. And hearing tragic backstory. Ooh, that's a lot of eliminated ravens. Oh, that's good.
The ravens. They were what? No. There's three. There's three. Where have they gone? Where have they gone? She did it. Does it?
Looking back, I was so naive to think she could banish it on her own. The further she saw into the darkness, the more she struggled to see anything at all. And the gloom, the smallest hints of shape, sound, or thought, grow in strength until they consumed her whole. Before she knew it, the darkness had her in its claws.
My understanding of the backstory being revealed here, what the storyteller voice is describing as the last time Senua was lost in a wood, it sounds to me like she basically went out into the world alone, exiled, or possibly self-exiled, I think, in order to try and beat basically her visions, which obviously doesn't work like that, and seems to have led to a bad time all round, which thankfully ended with apparently the intervention of Druth. Well, I see where I need to be now. I wonder what happened between that experience and this tragedy, which we have not had detailed. The tragedy is what led to the death of Dillian, I think. It must be. Okay. Pity you can't restore more of these bridges over the dried up river. This could be easier to navigate. But I think I can get where I need to be. I hope I can. Yes. This is it. Raven alignment. I wonder if you could do this without actually hiding the other ones.
Raven. Broken. The gate is open. Open. She did it.
There is no such thing as victory when it comes to the darkness. It's like it doesn't want to kill her. Yet, it will gnaw at her, biding its time. Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill. Will she find Dillian before her time comes?
Good question, voice. Oh no, was that more ravens? Oh no, they've faded and vanished. Everything is dreary once again. Well, let's try and get through it quickly. Oh. Something... A flash of lightning, a figure of bone. Well, in theory I know what to do with those doors, but this place looks a little portentous. Actually, it looks insanely portentous. I don't know if there are enough omens in the world to compensate for this degree of portent.
Overcome Valravan's final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
We both see the darkness. We can fight it together.
Final illusion. I'll overcome the final illusion another time, I think. That last one was fairly time-consuming.